Hi, my name is Chris Barrows, and if you're watching this, you're probably watching this as part of my blog post. If not, then you should know that I'm taking part in the Lumia Switch project, and this is a really interesting experience for me, as I mentioned earlier in my blog post. If you've read it, I'm an Android user. I've been an Android user my most of my mobile life. Never an iPhone user. I actually hate the iPhone. No disrespect to it. I'm a big Mac fan. I'm actually recording this through QuickTime on a MacBook Pro, but I am not in any way an iPhone guy. So I'm used to an Android, and I have kind of grown up in the age of Android as their phones got bigger and bigger. And as you can see, I just want to give you this comparison as I talk about kind of the making the switch to the my new Lumia device. When it comes down to it, the first switch was going from a phone that looks like this, quite large, to a phone that looks like this, that takes up significantly less space. So one of the big challenges that I actually came into, and I knew immediately, would be, well, I'm used to this big device. I can get around here, and the keyboard's huge, and so there's a lot of challenges. So my first impression of this device, as I got used to it, was one, very small, easy fit in the pocket, very useful to be able to carry around, make a quick phone call, quick text, which was really great from the beginning. The other first impression is startup time is pretty quick. You can see just popped it on. It's going to be up and running now in about 5-10 seconds, which, again, effective, quick, gets to the point. Now, for me, look, feel, style. I want to talk about these things. Look fine, looks great. It works. It's not the high-end model. It's not designed to be the high-end model, but simple, easy, makes sense. And then visually, being able to categorize and custom design what I have it look like. For me as an Android user, this was actually very nice. And this made that kind of switch a little bit easier for me to do as I kind of tested it out. In terms of feel, definitely a little bit because it is the lower model, I think, than the 830. A little bit not as sturdy for me personally. I think because it's got a slick back, there's no ridge or anything along those lines that I found myself making sure I'm not dropping it. But some people really like this design. I like a little bit more grip. Personally, as you can see, my Note 3, this has a little bit more of a grip for me. It's a different design structure as a whole, I think. But again, I'm not saying this is, I think, as a negative. I think that it's just a different perspective. If I were to have had a more choice, I think, in this, I would have got the larger phone to begin with, that in the Lumia line, which I think would have helped. And then when it comes to it, the features I want to point out that I'm really excited to learn more about are just breaking into more of one, how I can customize this a bit more. I've customized it a bit, but I feel like I'm missing a lot. I feel like I haven't captured it completely. So that's one thing I really want to get into. And ultimately, I think getting some of the more very Microsoft specific features, so how well does Skype work, those sort of things, that's what I'm excited to kind of drive into and discover how it works. Really start to use it a little bit more for phone calls and texting. I'm a little bit late in because it's just been a crazy week, and I'm kind of a week behind some people and even getting a lot of this stuff done. But that is my first impression of my new Lumia. Again, I think it's important to give that comparison of I'm going from using this all the time to this, and challenging because this is my preferred optimal size. I'm the big phone guy, and this is a small phone. So it's kind of a mental challenge for me too, because I want to use a larger phone, and I'm making myself use something that's clearly smaller. So that is my first thoughts. Looking forward to sharing the rest of my thoughts throughout this challenge, and I'm going to do it in this video format because I think I can make things a lot clearer than just the simple written word will do, and I'll give that introduction. Thanks again to Lumia US, Lumia US on Twitter for giving me this opportunity. I'm very excited and looking forward to see kind of how it all goes in the end. Thanks again.